Welcome back to today's video. It's really hard to believe that it's already November. Like, it feels like just yesterday that we were just celebrating Christmas and, signaling and, celebrating the new year and stuff. But we're already at the end of 2023. Like, this year has been crazy for gaming. But what does the rest of the year look like for gaming? Because I will be honest, I don't think there's a lot to really be excited for towards the end of the year. I spent all day looking around on the internet trying to find any games that are really worth being excited for. And I think I found the 5 best games you'll be excited about, actually. So here are 5 games to really be excited for that are coming out at the end of this year. Starting with number 5. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 comes out in 3 days. 2 days as of the day this video goes up, I hope. So that's pretty crazy. I'm very excited about this Call of Duty. It should be one of the better Call of Duties we've had in a while. I wasn't a big fan of Modern Warfare 2, wasn't a big fan of Vanguard, or the one before that one. There hasn't been a lot of good Call of Duty in a while, in my opinion, but hopefully with this game, when they're finally introducing the cross-generation Call of Duty for skins, so you can finally take all your skins from Modern Warfare 2 and bring them into Modern Warfare 3. So if you're heavily invested in the skin ecosystem that Call of Duty has nowadays, you should be able to transfer all those over. There's going to be a ton of new maps, guns, a new campaign, which has gotten some controversy from, but personally, I've barely played the Call of Duty campaign since Modern Warfare 2. I meant Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So many of these fucking games, and overall, this game seemingly is just some more of that classic Call of Duty fun. I've never had that deep of attachment to Call of Duty. I just really have a lot of nostalgia for the older games and a lot of the older maps and guns. And this game seemingly will have a ton of classic maps in it. And I can't wait for when this game comes out on November 10th. Number 2 is a game that has already come out on all other platforms, except Nintendo Switch. Hogwarts Legacy, the Nintendo Switch edition, will come out November 14th. And I'm gonna be honest, I am so interested to see how this will run, purely on an academic level. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna probably play it because I already played it on my PC and on my Steam Deck. But I'm so curious to see if this will be just a massive dumpster fire or an impressive accomplishment for the Nintendo Switch and the development team. Because from the trailers we've seen, it doesn't look bad. Visually, it is still very impressive, as in, a modern AAA game that has come out in the last year or two. And I will be so curious to see if this game will even run properly. How are the load times? How much was it degraded? What's missing from the game? So, just the fact that this is coming out at all is an achievement. But considering this is, 8 months since the original came out? I don't remember when. It felt like the game's been out for almost a year. And so for it to finally be coming to Switch is crazy to me. I first never thought it was going to come, but now seeing it actually showing up on Switch this upcoming week, it's truly insane. I can't wait for this to come out. I'll be eagerly awaiting to watch the reviews, as long as just assuming many of you are too. And if it's a massive dumpster fire, do expect it to be reviewed on this channel, because I gotta know, man. It's such a crazy game that it's coming to Switch. Hogwarts Legacy on Nintendo Switch comes out November 14th. This next game isn't personally very exciting, but I do have a lot of friends and family who love this style of game. Persona 5 Tactica comes out November 17th and is going to be a tactical version of the Persona series, and they're really milking Persona 5 because holy cow, this is like their 3rd or 4th Persona 5 game without actually making the next Persona. And I'm not too excited about this, like I said, but a lot of my family and friends are. And think of this game as more of a Fire Emblem meets Final Fantasy Tactics sort of situation. It's a top-down, just moving your guys around a map and hopefully that they fight each other. Very similar to something like the Mario and Rabbids games. A very tactical, move your characters along this chessboard sort of a situation. It looks very interesting. Not a game that I'm probably going to pick up, but a game definitely a lot of people are excited for, and one of the highlights of coming out in the last half of this year. The second to last game we'll be discussing is Super Mario RPG Remastered Remake. I'm not totally sure what this counts as, but I'll let you figure it out. Super Mario RPG comes out November 17th on Nintendo Switch, and I am so excited because I love the original Super Mario RPG so much as a kid. It was one of the first games I purchased for my own Super Nintendo, and one of the first games I purchased to start growing my retro game collection. And I can't wait for this to come out. I remember so many times sitting in front of my TV for hours just trying to figure out the game. I was a little young to figure it out because it was a different time, games are a little bit harder to understand, and I was sort of looking for a tutorial when there technically was no, as we know today, tutorial. So it did take me a while to beat it, is what I'm trying to say. And I am deeply excited to see this get remastered. I mentioned this before, but me and my uncle can't wait for this to come out. He bought a Switch because of this game, and then he picked up Super Mario Wonder and Odyssey and stuff, and now he's in love with the Switch. And now, with RPG so close to releasing, literally in 10 days, I can't wait for it to come out. It can't come out any sooner. Like, it's so awesome that Nintendo dropped this in we found out more about this game in the previous Direct, I believe. And it was jaw-dropping to see. The game looks fantastic. The trailers look amazing. And though I'm not the biggest fan of this more chibi Mario, it is relatively accurate compared to the original design of Mario in Super Mario RPG, being that weird squished down squatty potty looking ass motherfucker. Like, it wasn't a good look, but they did adapt it really well in the new sort of Mario art style. So, truly excited. I can't wait for this to come out. I'm sequestering myself to not give myself any spoilers of any changes, because I know the story, but I don't want to see any of the changes before I can play them myself. So, Super Mario RPG comes out November 17th. That is one of my favorite games and one of the best ones to look out for. The last game we're going to take a look at today is Batman Arkham Trilogy. This is the game that comes out the latest. It comes out December 1st of this year. So one of the last games to come out that I feel like are worth really taking a look at. One of the last AAA games, you could say. And it's coming to Switch on December 1st. And it has all three of the Batman Arkham Knight games. And they are fantastic games. Just a trilogy of awesome, third-person, action-adventure games. If you love Spider-Man and you love, God of War, you would love this kind of game. It is right up your alley. Though, if I remember correctly, the third game had massive performance issues, so hopefully that's fixed by now. I never went back to replay that game. But hopefully this remaster doesn't have the same issues or any issues whatsoever. Though I am a little bit concerned with how it's going to be delivered on Switch. I would like it all on one cartridge, but knowing Warner Brothers, they're probably going to just dump it. You get one or two games on the cartridge, and they're all going to show up as different icons on your home screen, which sometimes I like but generally speaking, I don't. The one game where I genuinely wanted it to be three separate, icons was the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, because I just want to get in and play a little bit of Mario and then leave. Having to go through the, basically three menus to get into a game always felt like a bit of a high bar for me, because I just wanted to get in, get out, and then be done. Like, the majority of my playtime with Wonder was jumping in, playing 1 or 2 levels, and then dipping out and doing something else, because either I get frustrated because I kept dying, or I instantly started losing interest. Not saying it's a bad game, it's just that's what happens. But overall, this game's going to be super awesome to have on Switch. Really rounds out the Switch's, 3D action adventure games, and a solid choice to pick up for anybody this Christmas. All of these are, really. But that's it. That's the list. Let me know down below if there's any games I'm missing, any indie games that I should be looking for. That's one of my future videos, is going to be the indie games coming at the end of this year. And leave a comment down below. Become a member today. We recently enabled memberships on the channel. We have a $3 and $5 tier. You can have access to Q&As, members only content, and maybe a Discord channel in the future. And so yeah, become a member today. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and all that other social media garbage down below. And don't forget to have a wonderful day. Deuces.